Your leg is better.
Is the lag better?
Yeah, it's only off by like 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I went back to software encoding and all right. All right, we'll see what happens with the stream when I actually start doing stuff in game. Alrighty. All right, we look like we're running pretty much at the same time, so that's pretty great. Doesn't look like the multi-platform chat is working, but oh well. C'est la vie. Number one, return to... Let's go back. All right. Should we steal the stuff on the table? Are we stealing the stuff on the table? What's going on here? Yeah, yes, of course. Okay, well, like, I don't know, man. Is anybody gonna? Let's close the door, man. People see me steal stuff. Where's the boss? Should we talk to these people? So let's do one other thing. Let's do one other thing. Here, I'm gonna go full screen to this, and I'm gonna do medium. Oh. Okay, so apparently I need to do windowed full screen. Yeah, go talk to the people. It doesn't seem to have an effect in this, though. Like...
Right? But like your gun is pointed directly at them and you're like, hi, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, turn around. Turn. Okay, yeah, the stream looks a lot better. The stream looks a lot better. Maybe I might even go lower with the settings. Let's go. Sure. Yeah, right. I mean, you guys aren't gonna notice. It's already at some ridiculous, stupid resolution. Well, it runs much more smoothly. So, okay. It's not gonna look as nice That's okay. I'll save that for my playthrough, my personal playthrough, when I don't murder bot everybody. Yeah, okay, so
Just gotta keep our heads up.
just gotta keep their heads up. Clearly not, because I've got a gun in your face. Hey,
I don't have time for this.
you don't have time for what? Vending machines. All right, let's not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. Let's go get to the main quest stuff.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix the...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
All right. Number 1, number 2.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I am not in uniform. Are we polite to him? It only says there's 4 people in the room, but I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if anybody else wants to jump in, please feel free to jump on in. And just direct this. All right, 3 it is. I don't work for Space
Of course not.
Resources.
I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
So are we honest with him? Are we like telling him that the ship needs repairs, or are we just like, no way? All right,
I understand.
Everybody's in agreement.
Your
here.
business is your own.
This is making life
Nonetheless,
easy.
you are welcome in our little outpost. Outsiders are a rare sight in the Vale. If you are a freelancer, then I have use for you. There is pay to be earned or supplies to tide you over, as you prefer.
All right. What sort of help do we need? My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a new power regulator. You're pretty quick to trust me, or hey, I'm just passing through. All right. Pretty quick
Trust
to
I have learned is reciprocal.
I feel like
I offer my trust in good faith,
yeah, because he wants us
and
to
hope
do
that
something.
you will do the same.
Here we go.
There's an old botanical lab, mostly abandoned now, but still eating up power from our plant. Power which our cannery sorely needs. I need you to go to the geothermal plant and reroute power from the botanical lab over to us. Simple as that.
Feel like mostly abandoned is quite suspicious. It's mostly abandoned. All right, yeah.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but
Not legally.
there are people who live there.
They aren't legally inhabited. Simple adventure. You show up, get the part, fix the ship, get back on your way, and things are good. And an adventure was had by none. Two and two. So we're all saying number two. All right, number two it is.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend.
Trying to
You
pull
were
it
bound to
over,
run
friend.
into them sooner or
Bound to
later.
run into. Yeah, you think?
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Oh, do we charge by the head? See, this is where JF would be like, yeah, just go in and murder all the people for the corporate entity, for the corporations. All right, three and two. 3 and 2. What are we doing here? All right, we'll give this one to Trevor since he's
Good
doing
Lord,
the stream,
no, I
and the next
don't
one
want
will
you
go to Levy.
killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
All right. I'll do what I can to help you. All right, that sounds like a pretty good
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly.
question. Oh,
From what
great,
I
great. You guys
understand,
got me going
her
to kill
camp
an
looks
old
to her
lady
for
now.
leadership.
All right, so we're going to kill an older, dignified lady. You guys are terrible. You asked me to cut off power to an entire community. We're a space badass where we're like, what if Adelaide doesn't want to come back to town? you guys want to figure out why they left.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Alright, that doesn't sound unreasonable. Alright, we're in a... Oh. I have an issue with commitment, so I can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give
my
you the
character has an
passcode to
issue
the
with commitment, not
geothermal
me
plant.
personally.
A sign of good faith,
Just to
for
be
so
clear.
politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Well, I mean, like, we clearly have to take the brown woman, because, like, representation in video games, people are complaining about it, and I feel like for us to be like, fuck the sidekick, I don't need the sidekick. It's a bit of a middle finger to representation. One with an exclamation mark. It's like, hey, take the brown girl with you always.
Great! I got my
Always take
wrenches
the
and
brown girl.
diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well,
Just an
I am
engineer.
glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
All right. They increase your capacity, carrying capacity. That's all I care about. That's all I really care about in this. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill, because I have no charisma, but I'm an excellent leader. All right. I'm just like pointing my gun at people's faces. It's like,
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
before we talk. All right. We in the elevator.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
All right, let's.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's chat.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the
I
only
don't know. The
side of
elevator
the
music's
tale.
gone and the terminal's locked. All right. So what's the other side of it? Figures. I don't know, man. It seemed pretty straightforward to me. Let's see what the audience says. What do you guys think? Was he really that dishonest? Does he really strike you guys as like super dishonest person? If I wanted to deal with nuance, I wouldn't be this heavily armed.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too
My mic is
clean.
muted. My mic is muted again. I'm sorry. I think I keep turning it off when I'm gonna like have a coughing fit because it's cold that I'm dealing with, and then I just forget to turn it back on again. So yeah, so I was talking about things.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
All right. So just gonna tell him what's up. What kind of spiritual advice do you offer? You guys are super suspicious of this guy. It's like,
They
what
who
kind
are
of
not
church are you running
satisfied
here?
with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies
Spiritual
the
healing.
spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Sounds lascivious. Spiritual healing. Let's get back on track. All right. Since there's a difference of opinion here, I'm just gonna go with number 3. Oh, okay. No, we're switching.
Selling.
We're switching to number 2.
No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking.
Alrighty then. Number 1. All right, 1 it is.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
Yeah, there's about a 10-second delay. That's much better than the 30 seconds we were experiencing before, so that's cool. So we're gonna keep going down the rabbit hole here. All right, 2 it is.
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Pretty weak religion you got there. Follow a preordained plan. Sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'm done here. Alright, pretty weak religion we
Fun.
got there.
It
It's gonna
concerns
shit all
much
over
bigger
his
things
religion.
than fun. Things like deciphering the secrets of the universe to start.
And then... I swear to God, if we do and then, and he comes back with no and then... it is better than shooting him in the face. Yeah, I guess so. Just like, your religion sucks. Blam. Space Blaster. Alright.
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will
Not
ever
helping.
need question
Not
their
helping.
path again.
Shoot him in the face.
Some even believe
Kill
this
priest.
ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Yeah, okay. Seems like a very long, winding path. Yeah. We're gonna... Weirdo.
What would you like to discuss?
Hi, welcome to Planet Jonestown. Should we just be like, I'm looking for a power regulator?
Yeah, it's like, just give me the power regulator. I'm out of here.
All right, so we've got like face shooting and 5. I'm looking for a power regulator, and then Parvati wanted me to talk to you. 152. What are we doing? All right, let's go with number 1.
What?
Let's go with number 1.
I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
I feel like JF is like number 3. Like, cut off the power to the reserves. If you can answer quickly, we're in a hurry. Got faces to shoot. All right, we're all like
I can see
we're
why
all in
that
agreement,
troubles you.
and
This
faces
whole thing
don't
has a
shoot
soft
themselves,
heart.
unless you're
Always
using
has, if you believe the talk.
a spacer's choice gun, and then maybe your face will shoot itself by accident just because the gun's so poorly manufactured. Never forget Pelham. He did. Like, the gun went off and shot him in the face. That's why he's dead in the cave now. It had nothing to do with us. We just found him dead, clearly from a weapon malfunction. Okay, so we're like, can we wrap this up? One vote for wrap this up. Wrap it up, B. All right, that's two, even if number 3 doesn't vote for it.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Right, just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. So we're clearly in agreement around number 2 as well, where we're just like...
If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge.
Fuck, you think?
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I've been outside. I'm not impressed, and I can handle myself better than a vicar. I know my way around one of these guns that goes off at random intervals and potentially, like, injures or fatally maims owners of said pistols in caves. I don't know if I want to be in agreement with Mr. Shoot them in the face. Alright, let's see what it is.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might
You're
agree
just like
with
number
you.
1 to be different.
Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay
Oh,
quite a
shit.
handsome sum for the book.
Do we give a shit why he's after it? Or are we just like, here's the book. Or maybe we find it and see if somebody will pay us more money. A handsome reward, you say? Well, Trevor's the tiebreaker. I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it, or a handsome sum, you say. Tell me more. Go for the money. All right, tell me
It's
more.
a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
All right, yeah. Let's. You guys want to look for the book? Let's look for the book. I'm down with looking for the book. You can still do 3. We still can do 3. Did we want to do 3? Just 1. Let's move it along. All right.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
All right. Let's get out of this godforsaken town. Faces to shoot outside these walls. I'm tired of his face. Tired of looking at this asshole's face. Well, why would you guys send me out this door if it's on the other side? Alright.
Here we go! Don't mess with us.
That assistant. Wow, that did not go well for him. I expect punctuality from my assistants. Okay then. That assistant did not make it. I mean, even at low, this game doesn't look bad, but I can kind of see things being drawn in. Yeah, the environment's like pretty rad. I mean, I'm noticing a few like pop-ins at low, but you know.
Nice one! You're hurt! Nice!
Oh, oh! What was that?
Ah!
Surprise!
That's the last of them.
Assault rifle. Alright, well let's... Maybe let's give Parvati an assault rifle too. How's that sound, guys? Yeah.
Gonna find you!
Here they come!
Get them!
guys over here? It's very clean. There's maybe abandoned.
Wow.
Wow, what?
Something you need?
Let's give her the light machine gun. How's that sound? Yeah. Yeah, now you can fight with the light machine gun. Like, criminal activity, but like... This place is crawling with marauders. Oh, there's all right. I got skills, guys. We got skill points. Are we all still there? Do we have preferences about where we should be putting points? Let me know. Of course we do. Of course we have thoughts. All right. Each of you gets 3 points. Each of you gets 3 points. So where would we like to put our 3 points? Face shooting. All right, then I'm going to put 3 points in ranged. Because that's necessary for the shooting of the faces. Level up the face shooting stuff. What's after tech? What's after tech is leadership. Dialogue, and 3 more in dialogue. All right. And then the leftover, I'm gonna put in stealth for the leftover point, and then I'm gonna apply.
Look out! That's the last of them.
Oh, doesn't float. Whoops. Oops.
Okay, here we go!
Oh no. That didn't go well. Alright, let's continue. Let's try that again. Maybe let's not go in there right now. Maybe 6 into dialogue wasn't the best idea. Maybe.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Let's be forward to kick this off, and I'm looking for
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Alright, well, you guys read that and come up with some options. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab myself a quick little...
Aegea what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Alright. Where can I find Adelaide? Alright, just want to get down to things.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Trouble with marauders. I'll get out of your hair. I just got shot into face. 3. All right, trouble with Marauders. Do we want to ask about trouble? Okay, trouble with
You
Marauders.
don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if Marauders got to her.
Good luck with that. Peace. All right. we're going to be antagonistic and be like, don't tell me you're afraid of a few Marauders. Three it is.
I've crossed
We're
off
gonna
my
egg
share of
her on.
Marauders. This ain't about them.
Oh, that glows.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
All right. Keep an eye out. Also, Trevor, I just got your donation. Thank you very kindly. That is very appreciated. It's worth mentioning that to anybody else.
Vex me. If she
Yeah,
told
so
anybody,
just
they
in terms
ain't
of
telling me.
donations, if you guys are
I'd
wondering,
check
like,
her
where does the
room, but
money
I
go,
got
things
yelled
like
at
that,
for snooping once
I
already.
posted a link where they talk about, music therapy programs and things like that. So a lot of alternate therapy programs, assistance for families, and a bunch of additional programs at the hospital are funded through donations through this charity. I think it's a really great idea. And as I mentioned before, I think if we can all agree on one thing, it's that I think sick kids are probably the most deserving of donations and things like that, because people have a lot of thoughts about a lot of charities, but I don't think there's too many people that are very divided about providing assistance to sick children. So. He snooped around in her room.
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
For serial dramas. For stories. Soaps. Alright, so we'll just keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Ouch. Number one's a little savage. Shots fired. All right, where we're going with the
Could do without the gallows humor.
could do without the gallows humor. Levy, is that one for the current one or the last one? I think you were just chiming in late on the last one. 6 into dialogue was a good thing. Lets me get away with murder. Literally, in certain cases, I suppose. Alright. Off we go.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
Was it
Any
20 seconds off?
questions, dear?
I will keep that in mind. You guys are answering like the previous questions or something? All right. You must be Adelaide. Alrighty. That's 2 for number 1, so let's go.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. I don't know how much cleaning you can do to a spittoon, man. Talk to you in a bit, Trevor. We might be switching over to Final Fantasy 14, so if you come back and that's what's going on, don't be surprised. Or Borderlands 3, we will see. I need to eat some food at some point, so I might take a break for a little bit. But number 1. All right.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Alright, what I may do, since everybody's got to go eat some food, I'm going to go prep some food. I'm going to mess around with the stream settings to see if I can improve the quality while you guys do that. And I will pick up after I've had some food, because I'm starving. I've had breakfast this morning, and it's now 5:30, and I haven't eaten since 9. So I think that's what I will... Yeah, no, I can't do pizza 2 days in a row either. That's crazy. Like, I need vegetables or something, so...
Go get some soup into you. You're sick.
Yeah. do I sound that sick?
No, you sound a lot better than yesterday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yesterday was pretty sick. So this is day 3, and insulin's now sick too. So, okay. So let me do that, and I'm gonna take a quick break and maybe get some more cold meds into me as well.
Yay, NyQuil fueled Final Fantasy.
All right. And let's try to fix the stream while we are at it.
All right, we'll be back in a bit.
All right, talk to you guys in a bit.
Whenever a family has a child with an illness, you never know where that journey's going to take you. And we always prayed for a miracle.
She was the flyer. She's the one that they would, get and throw into the air.
She was this cute, petite, tiny little girl with just a head full of long blonde hair.
She had just gotten weak. I said, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "You're a tumbler. You can tumble and do backflips." It progressed from that to she fainted a couple times. So I took her into the doctor the next day, and they immediately sent us to Texas Children's Hospital.
Victoria was diagnosed at the age of 11 and a half with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
First time I met Victoria, we were doing a radiothon at a radio station in Houston, Texas. She was very full of energy and was already considered a long-term survivor of leukemia.
At the end of 2.5 years, when Victoria's treatment was over, they performed another spinal tap and a bone marrow test. She relapsed again. During this time, Victoria contracted a fungal infection, which is from a very low immune system.
I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, "I'd really just like to get out of this hospital and go see Christmas lights. Christmas lights are something my family and I go see together all the time, and I can't even leave to go see Christmas lights." And after about